Hey, Dr. Lindsey and Wendy. This is a 42-year-old guy that's 13 months out from us doing a repair case on him. And he started like this. And this was his result from someplace else. And really, the context of this video is his interview. So watch this. All right, Steve, how old are you again?
42.
And you'd had a bunch of things done before you got here, and I've got your before pictures up to your right in this video. And so don't say where you got it done before, but how was it different working with me?
Transparency, far more casual, no pressure, and hand holding when needed, because I needed some.
Yeah, of course. Most guys do, and particularly all you guys have been done a time or two before. And your scar's pretty good. You were just telling me your hairdresser said something about it.
Yeah, hairdresser was familiar with the scar from a previous procedure that I'd had for some time, and she looked at it today after she turned it down and basically said it looks better than the first scar, and she wouldn't have even known that I had a second procedure except that the scar looked less than the first one. So I thought that was pretty good testimonial.
That is. All right, spin back around. I'll get your face off this thing. All right, so we did the back part first, and we're doing the front next second. So you look, as I just told you, I see a lot of heads, and I kind of group people into things. And last year you had this kind of longer hair, and it was a little thin in the front. And even though you're 42, in my mind you were kind of the troubled youth hairstyle. And today, when you walked in, you look like an executive or something with this hair. And you just emailed me, and I'll put them in the video, some pictures of you with the long hair. You just had your first haircut in months, right?
Yeah, well, first true haircut that wasn't just a trim, given COVID and everything. So
yeah. Anything you think you ought to tell any of these characters that are watching about me or about the hair transplant industry in particular?
I'd say be straight with Dr. Lindsey about what your expectations are, because he'll be straight with you about what you should be able to expect. You didn't blow hot air. You were pretty straightforward about what we were looking at and what your anticipations were, both positive and or negative. And everything so far has come through. So, and keep in touch with you, send pictures, and if you have questions, ask them.
And it's been 13 months, and for all you second or third or fourth timers, it's really about 16 months till the final result. So it'll get a little bit better in the next couple of months.
I've noticed some of the hairs that seem a little more wiry and thin are starting to thicken out, and are just having different density. But also styling, I really haven't had a hairstyle for a year since this happened. So this is the first kind of styled haircut that I got, and I think it's a pretty marked difference from how I had just kind of combed it over previously since the procedure. So
it is.
Really happy with that.
Well, and it is. And I think styling is 30% of the battle.
Could be. And I haven't been styling it at all. I've just been combing it.
Well, you've got fine hair.
Yeah.
And no matter how tight me or any of these other characters pack them in there, it's not as tight as you were designed in utero. And
sure.
So
the light complexion too also adds to that a little bit. So.
Right, and so styling isn't a comb over, but it's just styling so you don't look like the Shaggy Dia.
Well, it gives it gives some density and a little bit of kind of closure to the year of it growing out, where it felt a little tentative until I got the cut, looked at it, and now I feel like it's definitely you can see the results, and it's they're all positive so far.
All right, man. Thanks for your visit.
Thank you.
So what do you think, Wendy?
It looks really, really good. And, he did say, basically he puts in your philosophy on hair transplants there.
Yeah.
And he's not 100% grown yet. He still has some more to thicken, but he looks really good.
Yeah, he really looked like a troubled youth, even though he was 40 or 41 when we first got a hold of him. He looked like Spicoli in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. And now look at him. He looks like he should be working in the United Nations or something.
When he walked in, it was a nice surprise. He looked really good, like his hairline and everything. His hair looked good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we get a transformation like that every other year, and it's fun to see.
Yeah.
If we can help you, give us a call.